inscribed to Robert Aikin, Esquire. Let not ambition mock their useful toil, their homely joys and destiny obscure, nor grandeur hear with a disdainful smile, the short and simple annals of the poor. Gray, elegy written in a country churchyard. My loved, my honored, much respected friend, no mercenary bard his homage pays, with honest pride. I scorn each selfish end, my dearest meed a friend's esteem and praise. To you I sing, in simple Scottish lays, the lowly train in life's sequestered scene, the native feelings strong, the guileless ways, what taking in a cottage would have been, are, to his worth unknown, far happier there, I ween. November chill blaws loud, we angry sue, the shortening winter day is nearer close, the miry beasts retreating fray the pleth, the blackening trains across to their repose, the toil-worn Cotter fray his labour goes, this night his weekly moil is at an end, collects his spades, his mattocks and his hoes, hoping the morn in ease and rest to spend, and weary, or the more, his course does hameward bend. At length his lonely cot appears in view, beneath the shelter of an aged tree, expectant we things, toddle in, star shell through to meet their dad, we flighter in noise and glee, his wee bit ingle, blink in bonily, his clean hearth stain, his thrifty wife's smile, the lisping infant prattling on his knee, does his weary cure and care beguile, and makes him quite forget his labour and his toil believe. The elder bairns come drapping in, at service out, amang the farmers round, some see the pleth, some herd, some tenty rena canny errand to a neighbour tune their eldest hope, their Jenny, woman grown, in youthful bloom, love sparkling in hurry, comes hame, perhaps, to show a braw new gown, or deposit her sair 1 penny fee, to help her parents dear, if they in hardship be. With joy unfeigned, brothers and sisters meet, and each for others' welfare kindly spies the social hours, swift-winged, unnoted fleet. Each tells the uncles that he sees or hears the parents' partial eye their hopeful years, anticipation forward points the view. The mother, we her needle and her shears, gars old cloths look amazed as wheels the new, the father mixes a wee admonition due their masters and their mistresses command the yonkers who are worn to obey, and mind their labours we an ident hand, and ne'er to out of sight, to jawk or play, and oh, be sure to fear the Lord alway, and mind your duty, duly, morn and night, lest in temptation's path ye gang astray, implore his counsel and assisting might, they never sought in vain that sought the Lord aright. But hark! A rap comes gently to the door. Jenny, wha kens the meaning of the same, tells how an able lad cam o'er the moor, to do some errands, and convoy her hame. The wily mother sees the conscious flame sparkle in Jenny's eye, and flush her cheek, wee heart struck, anxious care, inquires his name, while Jenny Halflands is afraid to speak. We'll please the mother hears, it's nae wild, worthless rake we kindly welcome. Jenny brings him Ben, a strapping youth, he takes the mother's eye, blithe Jenny sees the visit's no ill to en, the father cracks of horses, pleths, and Kai the youngster's artless heart o'erflows wi' joy, but, blatant laith foo, scarce can weel behave, the mother wi' a woman's wiles can spy what makes the youth say bashful and say grave, we'll pleased to think her bairns respected like the lave. Oh happy love! Where love like this is found, oh heartfelt raptures! Bliss beyond compare. I've paced much this weary, mortal round, and sage experience bids me this declare: if heaven a draught of heavenly pleasure spare, one cordial in this melancholy vale, 'tis when a youthful, loving, modest bear, in others' arms breathe out the tender tale, beneath the milk-white thorn that scents the evening gale. Is there, in human form, that bears a heart, a wretch, a villain, lost to love and truth, that can with studied, sly, ensnaring art betray sweet Jenny's unsuspecting youth, curse on his perjured arts, dissembling smooth our honour, virtue, conscience, all exiled? Is there no pity, no relenting truth? Points to the parents fondling o'er their child, then paints the ruin made, and their distraction wild. But now the supper crowns their simple board, the halesome harwich, chief of Scotia's food, the soup their only hawkie does afford, that yond the Hallan snugly chows her cud, The dame brings forth, in complimental mood, to grace the lad, her wheel handke book fell, an aft he's pressed, an aft he sees it guide. The frugal wifey, garrulous, will tell, how 'twas at home and old, sinlin 'twas I the bell the cheerful supper done. We serious face, they round the ingle form a circle wide. The sire turns o'er, with patriarchal grace, the big har Bible, and's his father's pride. His bonnet reverently is laid aside, his liart hath its wearing thin and bare, those strains that once did sweet in Zion glide. He wails a portion with judicious care, and, let us worship God, he says with solemn air. They chant their artless notes in simple guise, they tune their hearts, by far the noblest aim perhaps Dundee's wild warbling measures rise, or plaintive martyrs, worthy of the name, or noble Elgin beats the heavenward flame. The sweetest far of Scotia's holy lays compared with these. Italian trills are tame, the tickled ear no heartfelt raptures raise, nay unison hey they, with our Creator's praise. The priest-like father reads the sacred page, how Abram was the friend of God on high, or Moses bade eternal warfare wage with Amalek's ungracious progeny, or how the royal bard did groaning lie beneath the stroke of heaven's avenging ire, or Job's pathetic plaint, and wailing cry, or apt Isaiah's wild, seraphic fire, or other holy seers that tune the sacred lyre. Perhaps the Christian volume is the theme, how guiltless blood for guilty man was shed, how he, who bore in heaven the second name had not on earth whereon to lay his head, how his first followers and servants sped, the precepts sage they wrote to many a land, how he, who lone in Patmos banished, saw in the sun a mighty angel stand, and heard great Babylon's doom pronounced by heaven's command, then kneeling down to heaven's eternal King, the saint, the Father, and the husband praise hope springs exulting on triumphant wing, that thus they all shall meet in future days, there ever bask in uncreated rays, no more to sigh or shed the bitter tear, together hymning their Creator's praise, in such society, yet still more dear, while circling time moves round in an eternal sphere. Compared with this, how poor religion's pride in all the pomp of method and of art, when men display to congregations wide devotions every grace except the heart, the power, incensed, the pageant will desert, the pompous strain, the sacerdotal stole, but haply in some cottage far apart may hear, well pleased, the language of the soul, and in his book of life the inmates pour enroll. Then homeward all take off their several way, the youngling cottagers retire to rest, the parent pair their secret homage pay, and proffer up to heaven the warm request, that he who stills the raven's clamorous nest, and decks the lily fair in flowery pride, would, in the way his wisdom sees the best, for them and for their little ones provide, but chiefly, in their hearts with grace divine preside. From scenes like these old Scotia's grandeur springs, that makes her loved at home, revered abroad. Princes and lords are but the breath of kings, an honest man's the noblest work of God, and certes, in fair virtue's heavenly road, the cottage leaves the palace far behind. What is a lordling's pomp? A cumbrous load, disguising oft the wretch of humankind, studied in arts of hell, in wickedness refined. O Scotia, my dear, my native soil, for whom my warmest wish to heaven is sent, long may thy hardy sons of rustic toil be blessed with health, and peace, and sweet content, and, oh, may heaven their simple lives prevent from a luxury's contagion. Weak and vile then, higher crowns and coronets be rent, a virtuous populace may rise the while, and stand a wall of fire around their much-loved isle. O thou, who poured the patriotic tide that streamed through Wallace's undaunted heart, who dared to nobly stem tyrannic pride, or nobly die, the second glorious part, the patriot's god peculiarly thou art, his friend, inspirer, guardian, and reward. O never, never Scotia's realm desert, but still the patriot, and the patriot bard, in bright succession raise, her ornament and guard,